Hello everyone and welcome to another News Coolum video. And I normally don't do a standalone video just for a single charging stop, but I feel like this one is kind of worth calling out. So I'm just doing some local shopping, and as I was driving, my tire pressure monitoring system went on. I knew the pressure in one of the tires was getting lower than the others, but we're getting cool enough now that it was actually down to like 30 psi. So I figured, kill two birds, one stone. I stopped at this EVgo charging site in Orland, just off of I-5. I stopped by here before in one of my recent sort of local road trip updates, infrastructure updates, and I'd found that the old BTC Power L3S slim chargers that they had initially installed here, that EVgo had initially installed here, they were all pulled out. The level 2 chargers were all pulled out, and they had replaced them with these Delta DC city chargers, right? And same approximate power in terms of the charging site, 2 100 kilowatt split power chargers instead of 4 50 kilowatt chargers. Yeah, I just wanted to call this out because they were powered up the last time I visited, but they wouldn't activate. So I suspected that they had something to do with a probably like weights and measures testing, something like that. The billing wasn't set up. The credit card reader basically said cash only. They didn't have pricing information, and so my auto charge didn't work. No surprise. I figured they weren't officially open yet. But since I had to stop anyway and air up my tires, and I recommend any EV driver carry an air compressor with them at all times, along with things like a squeegee and whatnot, because a lot of these charging sites don't have those amenities at them, or if they are at them, they're not usable while you're charging, right, in terms of like, especially the air compressor. Yes, just stopped by, plugged in, auto charge worked perfectly. Like I said, once they brought it up, I kind of regret doing this because I saw a plug-in check-in, and someone had used this Tunde or a Tunde charger already, and they said this one worked but the other one didn't. But everything I can tell from the other one looks like it's working. So had I known the names I was pulling in, I would have probably used the other one. But yeah, it worked really well. And the big reason I wanted to call this out is I believe this is really part of EVgo's ReNew project, and I'm not in love with like the Delta hardware, right? The handshakes are really long. There are things about the hardware that I'm not super enthused about, right? But overall, they seem to be more reliable, better equipment than the BTC Power units. And if there's something that EVgo has more support for, we know that they have a factory where they're building the Delta chargers in the United States. Yeah, I just wanted to call out, I feel like this is a noteworthy win for EVgo. It's a demonstration of their ReNew program. Hopefully they're not just doing like these Delta City chargers. I know there are going to be power constraints, things like that. But like I said, this is a perfect site for a couple of 350 kilowatt chargers too, if they were going to up the power at the site, and it would make it more compelling for people to stop here. As it is, this is going to be more of an overflow site with the Pilot Flying J GM Energy chargers that are going in just across the street. Those will probably see the bulk of the use. I wouldn't be surprised if they're used 2 to 3 to 4 times more frequently than these 100 kilowatt Delta city chargers. But I still consider this a win. These were chargers, we didn't know what was going to happen with this site. Clearly EVgo said, hey, you know, we have our Renew program. We're going to be renovating our sites, renewing our sites. And I just wanted to call this out because I think this is a perfect example of what I hope to see EVgo doing as one of the oldest public charging providers. They have a lot of aging equipment. It's not just that the equipment is underpowered. We could get into a whole nother debate about whether 50 kilowatt chargers are still appropriate for sit-down restaurants, because I kind of think they are. 100 kilowatt is probably a little bit better, but 50 kilowatt is still reasonable for shopping malls where you're going to be there for sometimes 2 to 3 hours, right? Maybe 4 hours. Movie theaters. It's crazy for me to say that now, but we've reached the point where 50 kilowatt chargers can take 2 to 3 to 4 hours to charge some of these bigger battery EVs from empty to full. And it's not because those EVs are slow charging. It's simply that's all that 50 kilowatt is going to get you. And but so for certain venues, those are still good, appropriate chargers, or like I said, in this case, 100 kilowatt chargers. So these lower power chargers that EVgo has all over the place, they're 6, 8, 10 years old, and they need to be replaced. They need to be renewed. And this is like I said, I think this is a great example of it. And I just wanted to call out what I consider a successful update from EVgo. And like I said, it's right off the freeway, right at a sit-down restaurant. There's a Dutch Brothers Coffee just over there, McDonald's across the street. So, you know, 24-hour convenience store just on the other side of the property over there. So, yeah, just an overall great site for travelers if you're not in a rush or you're driving an EV that doesn't need 350 kilowatt charging. This is a great option. And you know, I'll be using this one. This is probably one of my more frequently used charging sites, just because, you know, my veterinarian is over here. Sometimes I need to recharge on the road just during regular shopping trips, and this is a perfect location for it. So anyway, like I said, let me know if you've seen any of these other Renew projects going through, EVgo updating hardware, replacing old equipment. Have you seen a lot of these 50 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt swaps, right? And you know, what do you think about the Delta hardware? Are you kind of lukewarm to it as I am? Are you hoping for maybe some updates that improve the handshake time, the startup time? You know, the screens are a little bit small. Like I said, if it works, you know, I'm not too worried about it. They're not the greatest in low light, or I mean in bright conditions. In low light, they're perfectly fine. I think the resolution's great. Lots of information on the screen. I like all of that about the EVgo screens and interfaces, and the screens that, like I said, they're using on the Delta hardware do seem a little bit more resilient than what we see from BTC Power. So overall, great little charging stop, and I've overstayed my welcome and I have some shopping to do. So anyway, just wanted to loop everybody in, getting a few more of these videos out a little bit more frequently, and then recording multiple in a day so that I have a good stash to go into each week. So as always, thank you for watching.